Happy October, everybody, and thanks so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Mama J, and this is Mama J Beauty. I have something really fun planned for today. I am going to be doing, in honor of the Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm going to be doing a half Jack and half Sally look. I'm going to try not to jab along, kind of want to get into the process of how I do this look. This is going to be the first time that I'm ever trying this, and I'm very, very excited. I've done Jack by himself and I've done Sally by herself, but I've never actually done a fusion of the two characters. So here's my process. This is what I'm going to do. I'll link all the products that I'm going to be using, but in front of me, CC Beauty. I have some Mehron makeup. I've got this. It's a new palette that I just got, and I've got some standard white clown makeup that I'm going to be using. I've got some NYX. With regards to colors and an eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe James Charles palette, the original one that he did, because I think this is pretty much going to cover all bases in whatever color I need. And I'm going to be packing on some dermablend. I'm going to be using some of the ColourPop Designer Collection lipstick for the Sally side. So lots of fun stuff. We'll dive right in and let's have some fun, right? Let's have some Nightmare Before Christmas fun. And in honor of today's video, I am wearing my half Jack, half Sally Nightmare Before Christmas sweater. So it's not really a sweater. It's like a super thin ass hoodie, because even though it's supposed to be fall, it's still relatively hot outside. Like it's in the 80s, and then it'll be in the 90s next week. It's annoying. It's very, very annoying.
All right, so I'm just going to get started here with the NYX Bear With Me Revitalize and Set Multitasking Mist. Get some hydration going to my skin. And then I'm going to be applying the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. This is a great blurring primer. It will protect your canvas from any kind of cream products that you put on it. And it's super, super affordable, which is why I love it. You can find it at Sephora or Ulta for like $5. The Mehron White Clown Paint. This is a cream-based product, so it's going to take a while. It's going to go on really super cakey and look kind of scary, but it's going to take a while to just blend it out. Have some patience, but the results will be awesome. You'll get a nice, smooth, clean white canvas, which you can paint upon, and your products will look really good. Also going to be setting this with some Dermablend Translucent Setting Powder. Now, using a tried and trusty powder puff as well as a powder brush, I'm going to just go ahead and kind of bake that into my skin so it sets the makeup as I'm preparing to draw on the Jack eyes. What I'm going to be using for the Jack eyes is the Hollywood & Fine Velvety Touch Smooth Kohl Eyeliner. And I'm just going to go ahead and start to draw the hollows of Jack eyes as well as his awesome eyebrows. Now, dipping into that James Charles palette, I'm going to take a nice flat shadow brush, and I'm going to go ahead and take the blackest of blacks in there, and I'm going to work this into the eye socket area and make sure that it is nicely blended. That is the trick for this look, is to make sure that you just get that shadow packed on really nice and you blend it out evenly. Using a dense, flat type of brush, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the CC Beauty black body oil paint, and I'm going to start carving out my eyebrows to give them that fun, surly Jack Skellington sort of definition that I'm looking for. Using the same type of technique, I'm also going to go ahead and to draw a line to indicate where the nose is, and I'm going to be using it around my mouth area as well. And take my time to draw out the line and the indications of bone right here using the same brush, using the same paint. It's going to look very skeletal. Now taking a fine tipped brush, this is a really cheap face painting brush that I got with my CC Beauty face painting kit. You can get these off of Amazon, they're really affordable. I'm going to go ahead and dip into the white so that I can add some highlight and dimension to these black socket areas and the enamel areas by the mouth to add some definition to the look. Now taking that same flat brush that I used earlier for the eyebrows and to create the nose area and to create the grin on my mouth, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that and add some shadow to my forehead. I'm going to blend this out and it's just going to add a nice sculpted look to the Jack side of my face. Starting on the Sally side of my face, you'll notice that I already carved out my eyebrows and I started to define the lip area. All I did was use the red face paint that you can find in the CC Beauty palette, and I just defined those. I kind of followed my natural brow shape and made it just a little bit bigger, and I followed my natural lips shape. Now what I'm doing is I'm applying, there's some really cool blues that work really, really well in the James Charles palette. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sculpt my eye area, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some contouring to my face. But instead of contouring with your typical browns or tans, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in with these nice blues, because if you've ever watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, you know that Sally's skin has a nice, beautiful tint of greenish blue to it. Now taking that fine tipped brush again, one more time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dip it back into the black face paint, and I'm going to start drawing the stitching that you see on Sally's forehead, as well as the stitching by her mouth. take your time doing this. You want it to actually be a little bit thinner than it looked on the Jacks, because Sally's stitches are essentially made with thread. So you want to kind of mimic and create that thin thread type look on your face. Couple of things that I did off camera on the Sally side is I basically added some eyeliner. I did a point tip by the tear ducts of my eyes, and I did go ahead and apply mascara. I only applied mascara to the Sally side. I really want to mimic the look that Jack Skellington has, which is these deep, hollow, dark eyeballs, or a place where his eyeballs used to be. So I want it to look cavernous, and I don't want to have lashes. I really want to make that side of my face look as realistic as possible, especially when I do the special photography with lighting. So there you go. That's my half Jack, half Sally look. I was pretty pleased with the photos and how they turned out. You'll notice in the second image here that I did use a little bit of Photoshop to kind of remove some of the hair on one side of my head, and then the other side I had a red wig. So made for super fun effect. Maybe I could figure out how to do that with a balding cap. Anywho, I can't thank you enough for watching this video. If you like this content and you want to see more, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, ding the bell so you get notifications every single time I post a new video, and give this video a big thumbs up. Thanks so much again, guys. And until next time, be safe, stay well, and as always, be your own beautiful. Happy Halloween, everybody!